All right, y'all. So I'm gonna try to lay this out for y'all quickly and simply. Like I always say, I want you to go and do your own research. Fact check everything that I'm saying. See that I'm not lying. Everything that I'm telling you, I have researched, I've gone and I looked up, and I want you to go and look it up as well so you can confirm these things for yourselves. All right, so you see these four pictures behind me. I'm going to explain to you how these four pictures connect, okay? You guys know Steve Hilton. Steve Hilton is the person that's running for governor in California. As you know, I've told you before, he was part of the British Conservative Party for 20 years before coming to California. You can go and look it up. If you compare British conservatism to US conservatism, British conservatism is pretty much liberals. They are liberals. That's just how it works. Okay? Now, the main focus that I want to put on today is this lady right here. This is Rachel Whetstone. She is the wife to Steve Hilton. Now, you don't hear much about her because she's like a silent partner to this man, but she has a lot of pull. And in my opinion, she is the brains and the voice of this operation. He's the person that they put in the forefront because he's the one that everybody's going to vote for. He's the one that they're going to like. He's kept himself, for the most part, clean so he can push his Republican talking points and make himself sound MAGA. But the real person behind his voice is this person. And I'm going to tell you right now, this woman is anything but Republican. She is full on liberal. Now, how do these two fit in with these two? Let me tell you. We've gone over that Steve Hilton arrived in California in 2012 and then became an actual citizen in 2021. Rachel Whetstone, however, even though they were together this whole time, Rachel Whetstone came to California in 2008, right before Obama became president. Remember, he was elected in 2008. That's when he started his first term. She arrived in California shortly before Obama began his term. Now, who is this guy? This is David. I can't remember his last name right now, but this is David. He became prime minister in the UK about 2 years after Obama started his first term. Now, these two, David and Obama, actually get along pretty well. They've been seen barbecuing together, sharing beers, all this kind of stuff. These two get along. David actually criticized Trump because he didn't like that Trump wasn't letting over the Muslims. And, they got together with Brexit and everything. But yeah, he was upset with Trump because he didn't like the fact that Trump wasn't letting over Muslims and, all that kind of stuff. That's his mentality. Now, why is this guy also important? Because his advisor was Steve Hilton. Steve Hilton spent 20 years in the British Conservative Party. This was the Prime Minister of the British Conservative Party. He was the advisor to this guy. She was the advisor to the guy prior to this guy. So him were working hand in hand along with Obama. As everybody knows, Obama is when all the BS started. He was right along with Obama in the UK. He was advising him. So all the horrible choices he makes, all the mental things that he says that agrees with him, guess who his advisor was? Now, of course, they said that they had a falling out. They said that Steve Hilton and this guy had a falling out, and it was due to a disagreement on something, probably the Brexit situation. They said, oh, well, he didn't agree with him, so they had a falling out. I don't believe that. Maybe that's on paper, but I believe that Steve Hilton had to start separating himself from these two when Donald Trump got in office. Hillary Clinton, remember, they wanted Hillary Clinton to win that election, but it ended up being Trump. And that's when I think he started separating himself because now he had to make himself look like a full-on Republican. Now, Rachel Whetstone has always been in the background the whole time. Like I said earlier, Rachel Whetstone arrived in California in 2008. Why? Because she was working with Google. That's how she even got to California. She worked with Google, and because there's this agreement of you can make transfers to other countries when you work for big tech companies like that, she was able to come to California. Now, prior to her working in the tech industry, she was a big political figure in the British Conservative Party, where she worked as an advisor for the other prime minister that was before him. But they still all get along. Him, her, him, they're like godparents to his child. They're all together. Now, when you go and look at Rachel Whetstone's work history within the Silicon Valley, where she currently lives, she has managed to become chief executive of communications of places like Netflix, Uber, Google, Instagram, WhatsApp. She's worth a lot of money, and she continues to put herself in the space of all the big tech companies. They call her the fixer. The reason why she's called the fixer is because all those big liberal democratic companies that get in trouble, like Netflix gets in trouble for certain things, and Facebook got in trouble for some stuff with Mark Zuckerberg, she's the one that they call to come in and make them look like good guys. So when they get in trouble for shysting people, when they get in trouble for messing up with the public, she fixes the public view. She changes all that kind of stuff. She's very good with legal stuff and tech stuff. It's crazy. Now, somehow, the fixer, Rachel Whetstone, managed to replace a lot of his appointees. Obama put a lot of people within the tech industry to do certain things. When they left or got fired or got viewed wrong, she replaced them. You can go and look it up. And everybody that she's helped fix their situation were big Democrats, big liberals, people that we do not agree with. I promise you. She's connected to him. Even though she doesn't directly speak with him, she's in the background doing everything. She's all about AI government, AI governance, AI manipulation. This is her. She's the big voice. They are scared of her in the tech industry. And she's directly attached to Steve Hilton, who's also going to start pushing all that tech stuff. You put these two in the top of California, you're going to have AI governance, social liberal issues. These two are going to cause a problem. And she's already a problem in the background. It's just people don't know her like that. That's the information I got for you right now, foundation-wise. Go and look up all the things I said. You're going to have to pause, rewind, do what you got to do. But yeah, I'm probably going to make some more parts to this. But God bless.